Hey y'all, it's Jordan Mon with J Money Disc Golf. It is cold outside, and if you live anywhere in the northern half of the United States, you are probably dealing with some snow and some ice. And it can be a challenge to get outside and play disc golf, especially when it's this cold, especially when there's snow on the ground. But you should. I try and play disc golf in all weathers, all conditions. And here are 5 reasons why you should too, and why you should be getting out almost every day this off season and playing in the snow, playing in the ice, and making your game better one day at a time. Reason number 1 is by getting outside and playing in adverse conditions, you are helping to train your body to adjust when the conditions aren't perfect. If you only practice and only play in the times and days where the weather is perfect, the ground is nice, the wind is nice, there's no rain, no snow, all those different things, you are training your body to only play when conditions are ideal. If you get out when it's cold, if you get out when it's snowy, if you get out when it's raining, you train your body to be able to handle that and to be able to adjust as necessary to what the conditions dictate. That means that when you get into a tournament scenario, you are ready. You can adjust to that wind, to that rain, to that snow, a little bit of ice, whatever the case may be. You're ready and your body is ready and it knows what to do when you step up to a tee pad and it's not comfortable. It's not perfect. It's not dry. It's not completely clear. All of those different things. You need to be able to do that so that when you step into that competitive environment, you have the advantage, not the disadvantage, because you've been practicing this way. Reason number 2 to play in the snow is it maximizes your cold exposure. So right now, ice baths are all the rage on social media, and for very good reason. If you've ever taken an ice bath, you know what it feels like to climb out of that water and feel rejuvenated. Well, by going outside and playing in the snow and the ice, it does a similar thing for your body. When I go out and play around the first cold day of the year, the first start of winter every year, I can't handle the cold. I'm not used to it. My body is not ready for it. But over time, as I'm playing consistently in that cold, in that bad weather, my body naturally just becomes acclimatized to it. And I'm able to start shedding layers. I'm able to start being more comfortable in the cold. My hands don't seize up and get as stiff as quickly. And I'm able to handle all of that adverse condition and all of the adverse weather because I'm out in it consistently. This also helps with just general health because your body is getting used to that cold. It's being able to fight off the cold and the discomfort, and it keeps your body healthier in the long run as well. Third, playing in the snow and the ice and the cold helps you to fine-tune your form, because every time you are out in the weird weather or the snow, you have to slow your form down. You have to really focus on the control aspects of your bodily movements and your athletic movements, as opposed to just going out and trying to rip a disc as hard as you can. You have to focus on what is the best way to achieve an outcome. Playing in bad conditions takes the focus from just getting the disc to the green or getting the disc to the basket, and it forces you to focus on how can I shape this disc the proper way? How can I make sure that my throw is both comfortable, safe, and effective? And in order to do that, you have to slow down. You have to focus on your footwork. You have to focus on your body movement. You have to focus on how is this coming out of my hand? All of those things go into being a long-term successful disc golfer. Number 4, being outside consistently and regularly helps with your mental health. So for me, I know that during the wintertime, I tend to struggle more with depression, kind of just getting in that bubble of it's gray outside, it's cold outside, I don't want to be outside. And it's easy to slip into kind of that little rut or hole. If you're getting outside and training your body, opening your mind, keeping things kind of moving forward in that athletic, physical, outdoor activity, you're going to see significant improvement in your overall mental health, because you are not only getting outside, playing a sport that you love, continuing to work on the skills that you need, but you're also going outside and you're feeling that fresh, cold air. You're out in nature. You're receiving some vitamin D from the UV rays. All of these different things go into making sure that you are the healthiest that you can be, both physically and mentally. Finally, number 5, playing in adverse conditions forces you to analyze the course differently. If I go to a course and I play it on the most beautiful summer day, and then I go back and play it on a horrific winter's day with snow and ice, I have to look at that course and approach that course very differently in order to achieve a proper outcome. If I'm attempting to play the same way that I do in the snow as I would in the warm and dry weather, then I will fail. So what the snow does is it forces you again to slow down, but it also forces you to analyze differently. I'm not going to be able to make certain shots in the snow that I would in the dry. By constantly analyzing and adjusting to match the conditions, you automatically become a higher IQ disc golfer over time because you're able to look at a situation and say, okay, last time I was here, I threw it this way. However, because the tee pad is a little bit slick and the green doesn't have as much play or it has more play, I have to adjust and I might throw a different disc. I might throw the same disc on a little bit different line or different shape. There are a lot of variables that go into being a successful disc golfer in all conditions, and playing those practice rounds over and over and over in bad conditions helps you to be able to adjust more readily to that. But in the case of analyzation, you are adjusting not only physically to protect your body or to make sure that your outcome is proper, you're also adjusting your mental state and how you think about the course, how you attack the course, and how you play under different stresses and under different conditions. I know for my game, I have played courses all summer long and then come into the winter months and actually played those courses better because I had to look at them differently. I had to understand, okay, this line that I was taking in the summer doesn't actually work as well as this line over here, which is a safer line. It's a more consistent line, and I can hit it when I'm slowing my form down and I'm really focusing on that control over the power. So if you really focus on that analyzation, I guarantee that over time you're going to see improvement, not only just in your winter rounds, but in your summer rounds too, because you will be a more well-rounded mental disc golfer who can handle different situations, different analyzing tactics to make your game better as a whole. So those are my 5 reasons why you should get outside and play disc golf in the snow, in the ice, in the rain, in the wind, all of those things this offseason, this winter. If you've never tried playing disc golf in the snow, get out and tell me what you think. How did it affect your game? How did you kind of see breakthroughs or see setbacks in your game? What made it better? What made it worse? Drop those in the comments. I'd love to have a conversation and see kind of how my tips have helped you, or if you have tips of your own, drop them in the comments. I'd love to hear them too. As always, before you go, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the channel with a friend. And don't forget, stay humble, stay hungry.